there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sherifat and I'm based in Nova Scotia here in Canada. On my YouTube channel, I just share my personal experiences about life here in Canada. Also, I do a bit of immigration because I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and RCIC. I help you with your admissions, with your visa applications to Canada, study, visit, permanent resident, work permit, and all that good stuff. In this video today, I'll be taking you through my bulk cooking. Also, share with you how bulk cooking helps me, adds value to my life, and make sure that I give my family good food and save us money. So I think that homemade food, helps save money and help you ensure that you eat healthy. Yeah. So these are all the things I'm cooking today. We have, guests coming over for sleepover for the weekend. I'm making some meat, chicken, soup for my pepper, my tomato, scotch bonnet, onions, then my spinach for my efori roll. I like this big bag. It's very there's a lot in it, and I think it's cheaper than buying in box. I had this one at home before, this small box, and I'll be adding into that one. And these are my uru for my vegetable, soup. My cheese. I'm making mac and cheese as well for breakfast actually. So this is my I'm boiling my macaroni now, and I'll make the cheese sauce. And that's pretty much it. I tend to make jollof rice. This is broccoli. I'll add it to the mac and cheese, as veggies. I'm making soup, like I said, vegetable soup and pepper stew. And I also intend to make jollof rice as well. I want to make meat pie. See my beef, my meat pie is blocked, so I'm trying to defrost it. I want to make meat pie. Nabil likes meat pie. I think I've not made meat pie in a long time, so I'm defrosting the meat and then my flour and do that. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing today. It's a busy weekend, so come with us this weekend. Yeah, that's me watching myself. I'm watching myself. This weekend was when we had a very cold weather in Halifax. It was minus 23, and I heard it felt like minus 41 or something like that. It was really cold, but even our guests that were to come for sleepover did not come again because the wind was crazy and they couldn't come again. So we just were home by ourselves. See the other cities in Canada, in Winnipeg, see Calgary. It was as if Halifax had the coldest weather on this day. I think it's very, very weird. We usually don't have this cold weather. I heard it was the coldest day in the year in many years. We've not had this cold. Anyways, a lot of things were cancelled. Like my kids' Arabic school was cancelled. Nabil had a season. People even lost power. Nabil had a STEM event that was cancelled. Everything was literally cancelled on that Saturday because the wind was something else. Anyway, we just did indoor and we just enjoyed ourselves. It was a lot of cooking. So please come with us on this weekend. See the world coldest air. Can you imagine? Find some butter before I put the cheese. Allow it to melt. So the pasta is slightly boiled. I'm making the sauce. In this sauce, I have egg, milk, and some spices. So once that cooked, then I'll add my cheese, and then I'll bake the macaroni and cheese together in the oven. So I'll slightly add the cheese inside the sauce here, so it can evenly melt. I'll add it bit by bit. My kids love mac and cheese, so it's a Saturday morning, very cold day. Yeah, minus 23 or something like that. This is the coldest we've had in a very long time. So we are all home. Your mac and cheese is as rich as how much cheese you're able to put in it. I think for me, the main ingredients of mac and cheese is cheese. Determines how creamy and tasty the mac and cheese will turn out. So be a bit generous with your cheese. So for my spices, I added a bit of dry pepper, some salt, Maggi, curry, some thyme, cayenne pepper, and what else? I think that's pretty much what I added. So I think, for me, you can add as much as you want, or as little as you want. of pepper, so I had to add a bit of pepper, but not so much because my kids, they don't like too much pepper, so just a bit. Okay, I think I'm done mixing it. For your macaroni, I'll try not to make it too soft. I think mine is a bit too soft. Just a bit of boiling should have been okay, but we'll see how it turns out. So I'm gonna pour a little by little so I can stir it together. And gently, you don't want to, so you don't make the macaroni too soft and mushy. Just gently let it come together with the macaroni. So I'm done mixing my macaroni and cheese together. I'm gonna pour it inside this baking dish and then put it in the oven. See how creamy it looks. So creamy. It's all in the baking dish. I'm gonna put some cheese on it. Just sprinkle some on it. Some cover their baking dish with foil. But I saw on video that says that if you already put sauce or like cheese on it like this, there's no need to cover it with foil. So mine's already very full. I don't want the foil to mess it, to smear it. So I just leave it like this and I'll put it right in the oven like this. Already had a lot of cheese, so I'll not put so much on top of it. Just a little bit. It goes right in the oven. And it's 20 minutes. See how golden brown it is. See the cheese even coming off. This is what it looks like. Look at cheese. Oh my! And the mac and cheese is ready. See how gorgeous it looks. I'm gonna allow you to be cool a bit for about 5 minutes before I dish it. Earlier I mentioned that, a lot of things were cancelled. So all the activities that the kids were supposed to have that Saturday were cancelled. So they had to, make do and look for things to keep themselves busy.
Okay. That's how the game
What's their own money?
This is money. You just left. You both get 500.
Something else.
Maybe you get 500, I get 500. 100. For the house, you get 200, I get 200.
Are you people sharing our money for real?
That's how you. We get 200.
So the mac and cheese was our breakfast. So after we had breakfast, and then, started making the other thing I'm going to make. So that's my pepper mix, my chopped spinach, and then my meats, also chicken. So I made chickens. So that's my chicken marinated, drumstick and the other chicken breast and the other kind of chicken, and that's my meat. I tried to, as much as possible, marinate my chicken, my meat very well. I think that I leave it for a bit so all the seasoning can go into it very well before I boil and then fry or grill. Yeah, so that's about my proteins. And then I went on, so Nabil upped with the chopping of so this is for my shawarma wrap. So I also like to make this sauce for shawarma wrap, like bread wrap. So that's the filling. So I diced that. So that's me boiling the meats after it was well marinated, and then chicken in the oven. I was trying to grill it a bit, and that's that. And then Nabil helped with the dicing of the peppers, the meat, and the other things. I did some of it, then I did the rest, which was really nice, and I enjoyed doing it. So yeah, that's that. I just thought that it's good that we also encourage our kids to join us in the kitchen sometimes, whether they are male or female. Because while growing up, for me, it was more of the girl child has to be in the kitchen. I hardly saw my brothers and my cousins in the kitchen. So for me, I'm like, everybody has to know how to cook. Cooking is a life skill, it's an essential life skill that everybody must have, whether male or female. So yeah, I try to incorporate that with my children, whether or not they're a boy or a girl. So that's Nabil doing that. He did a really good job. Proud of you, boy. And then you mentioned this, that before I started allowing my kids to join me in the kitchen, I was like, they'll mess it up, they will slow me down, they will this. I'm like, so now I'm like, even if they slow you down, with time they'll get it better, they'll get better at it, and you'll be less stressed. Like now I can sit down, Nabi can sweep, Nabila can wash plates, they can both wash plates together, and it gives me a lot of free time for myself, which is great. Good job, Nabila.
Thank you. I'm cutting up all the stuff. I feel like just watching TV.
Behind herself. Fuser.
She's living the life.
Fuser. You know what Nabil said? He said you're living the life. You're enjoying yourself. You know why he said that?
Why?
Because he is doing some work in the kitchen. Nabil is cleaning up your room, and then you are watching TV. What do you want to do today, sweetie? Let's go and clean the toy area. Fuser?
Fuser.
Let's go and clean the toy area.
Go and clean your room.
My room, Bao. We can't clean your toy area. I need my room.
Is not even dirty.
Exactly, my room is not dirty.
This might go down to the other ones.
Yeah, you can speak, that's fine.
Done.
Good job, Nabiam. And up next is me putting my meat in the oven for some grilling. I hardly fry my meat in oil now. I just put it in the oven for grilling. Then my baby girl Nabila joined us as well in the kitchen.
The water's down. Milky.
It's stashy. It's stashed like makes it white like that. What?
It's so fun doing it.
It's fun.
It feels like Gary. But thick Gary.
It's not Gary. It's rice.
You're so good.
You have to wash all the parts, everything.
I don't have a sleigh. I cannot pull them up.
That's right.
I cannot even pull them up because I don't have a sleigh.
Can you pour the water now? Place your hand in the water first. Place your hand in the water. No, inside the water. It's okay. Yeah, gently. Good. Then let's see if we can pour the water.
Good.
Very gently. Okay. Let's wash it one more time.
Oh, it looks so good. Can I just feel it like this? You're so good. Okay, now, kind of put some water in it.
Yeah. Then this is the shawarma sauce I was telling you about earlier. So that's my veggies, my peppers, my carrots, and that's the chicken. I put some sauce in it as well. And that's the meat after grilling and the chicken as well. For my shawarma wrap, I like to make it in bulk because it's just easy for me to just bring it out from the fridge and put it on our bread, and then off we go. It's a very wonderful thing if we can do it. It saves us time in the mornings for breakfast. Then Nabila went back to play some games on the TV and on their tablets. I mean, they took a break, which was, it was okay by me. They had done what they could in the kitchen with me. And Fiza also has some chores she does, but I don't allow her in the kitchen because I think she's still small. But for our room, the toy area, she does all of she does things in their room and in the area. But in the kitchen, I just allow her to be. But Nabila and Nabil always bring her in when they are washing the plate. They'll tell her to be putting the plate or the spoon in the rack. So I've seen her do that with them sometimes. That's my kitchen. See how messy it is. Each time I'm doing bulk cooking like this, it's always very messy. Like everywhere is upside down. But you see, I'll transform it in a bit when I'm done cooking. That's why I don't like people coming to see me when I'm cooking, because the way our house is, the kitchen is like inside the living room, right? It's an open space concept, so sometimes I'm cooking, I like to be by myself. So once I'm done, I can arrange the house back again. Is it?
It's really hard because you need to use a lot of strength to do it.
And small. Practice makes perfect. I also made some eforiwo, some vegetable soup as well. At this point, I was already tired. I could not even vlog, every step. I was just after I was done, I did this video. That's my chicken soup, and I also made meat soup. That's it right there. It just helps I just think it just helps my life when I do this bulk bulk cooking. It really helps me. It saves me time, and it saves me the stress of thinking of what to cook, what to eat when I have food in the fridge. It just helps me to bring it out, serve it. It's a lot of work, I'll be honest. To do this bulk cooking, it took me 10 hours for this thing you see on this table. 10 hours, yeah. Started around 10. I didn't finish until 8 p.m. Like both cleaning up the kitchen and everything. The cooking took about 8 hours, then cleaning up maybe about an hour or two. So everything in total was 10 hours. So that's the four. I made some poundo yam as well for dinner that night. That's fried meat, the chicken soup, the shawarma sauce, the mac and cheese as well was remaining. That's Nabil helping to sweep the kitchen once that was done. I also clean I did the washing and once the plate is a lot and there are pots, there are greasy, oily things, I do it myself. Or if I don't even use the washing machine, washing machine, the dishwasher, because it's always a lot. It's not even wash it clean. So I wash the plates and pots. See how my kitchen is now back to normal. Clean and sparkling. So that's that. And about the cooking, it went well, and that's our poundo yam with our vegetable soup and meat. So for my kids, I always dice their meat. Me too now, I dice my meat because of my braces. I cannot be pulling meat anymore, so I cut my meat into pieces. And that's tea. And like I told you, it was a very cold day, so my kids asked for some hot chocolate tea, which I made.
What's your Baba for that?
It's not Baba. It's my mommy. My mommy. Baba means daddy.
Sure, mommy for that. Sure, my mommy for that.
Well, did you ask the daddy or mommy first?
She said that Baba me.
No, like, what she has said?
Baby. I can't even remember. I don't know. I don't even remember. So what are you saying about this soup, Nabi? What are you saying?
Tastes so good. It tastes so heavenly.
Do you remember my own?
Thank you. Nabi, last week about this tea. What did you say about the soup?
It was so good. It tastes heaven. It tastes like it's like it came out of heaven.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's giving me a thumbs up too. I'm glad.
Mommy.
I spent 10 hours in the kitchen today, guys. 10 hours.
I was awake when you came down. When downstairs.
You were awake, Abby?
And I saw you go downstairs. You had not went upstairs since like it was only like the last 5 minutes that you went upstairs.
Yeah. So for like over 10 hours, I've not been upstairs. My legs ache so bad. As I was limping when you asked me if I was okay. My legs, like my back, my legs.
Mommy, me too. Mommy, me too. My leg was hurting when it was going upstairs and walking.
But you have been watching. You have been watching cartoon sis. You don't even watch it, Joe. You're watching Anna and Elsa. And Barbie.
And Barbie.
Yeah.
And video too.
No, this is what she's like.
And my video and my
she's
channel.
what she's like.
And I show my mommy phone, yeah.
Adupe.
I show my mommy phone, yeah. Gong, gong, gong.
Adupe.
Gong, gong, gong.
Really taking this.
It's so good. You should try it.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. Let me try mine. Let me bounce into my food. And that's Nabila doing the dishes. After we are done with dinner, I could not even do anything at that point because I was tired. And the plates were not even a lot, just the ones that we used to eat. So they washed the plates, and I told them to please keep the kitchen back the way it was. So that's Nabil cleaning, and I really commend them. They do a good job. So it's Sunday, February 5th. The next day after I made the shawarma sauce or filling. So these are the bread wraps. I'm gonna put this filling inside each of the bread. Put some. I already laced the bread with butter. Then I'll put some salad dressing on it. And that's it. And I've already bought some water to make tea with this morning because it's still cold. It's -9 degrees. So after putting some butter on the bread itself, then I then put the sauce inside, and then I put some salad cream on it as well. This shawarma wrap is always very filling, very delicious, very tasty. Once you have it, in fact, it's so filling that you think it's just bread, Abby, and chicken. But when you eat it, it's very filling. And like my kids love it a lot. I also love it. So we had it with a cup of tea as well. That was breakfast for Sunday. And in the afternoon, I think the kids had some cereal. So once I do bulk cooking, like I mean the other things we eat aside from homemade food, the kids for lunch sometimes they can go make cereal. Now they can make noodles for themselves. I also try to incorporate fruit as much as possible, so we had fruit as well that afternoon after the kids had cereal. So for dinner we had jollof rice, broccoli and chicken. And don't judge our veggies. Broccoli is small. My kids don't really like broccoli, but I try to make them eat it as much as I can. Even me too. I love broccoli though. I love it. I try to incorporate that in our meal as much as I can. And then still on that Sunday, I told you that we had guests that were to come for sleepover, right? Earlier in the video, they could not come, and the guest that was coming was to make my hair and my kids' hair. But because she could not come, they could not make it over to our house because of the wind, the cold. It was a lot. I didn't even know I was going to make my kids' hair. I've not made my kids' hair in like about a year. My mom was here for like almost the whole of last year. She was making their hair for me. A few of my friends too made their hair a couple of times. I'm like, I cannot allow, because I'd watched their hair before, because I knew my friend was coming, right? So I watched their hair prepare them ahead before my friend gets out of the house, right? I've washed it and I'll put it in four like braids. So they'd had that for 1 week. I'm like, I can't take this again for 1 week. Since they had the 4 braids I made for them for 1 week, it was already rough. I had to think of making their hair for them. I didn't even know I could still make it this way. I mean, it doesn't look perfect, but at least I think I tried, and they're nothing, right? So I made both of them's hair and they liked it.
Okay. Oh, but that looks so good.
Are you sure you like
Yes, it looks so good, like curly hair, but instead of curly, it's braid curly hair.
Yeah.
Looks so good, mommy. Thank
You
you.
can just 45 minutes was what I spent to do it.
Oh, 45.
Yeah, it was late. I hope you like it. Turn around, let me see. Turn around, radio. Turn around.
Oh, this way.
Yeah, it's okay. Turn around, let me see. Keep turning. Let me see your beautiful face. Yeah. I did it. Okay, I want to go see in the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. I hope you like it. Do you like it?
Yeah. Put it in front because you put it in the front. Okay, mommy. How do you put it in front? Right.
Like this? Like this?
No,
So it's not going in your
my
face?
face.
Wants to be in your face? It should be in your face. Like this. Is that how you want it?
I like my hair.
You like your hair? Okay, I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Love you. Time to go and sleep.
It's not the same. Be like.
It looks like the same. Let me see your face, sweetie boy. Fifi, look up. Nabila, it's the same, right?
Let us put this up.
I want to put it up,
Yeah.
up by the side.
Oh, I just want to put it on that because like this. Because Nabila have it like this.
And this was Monday, time to go to school. I'm really glad I made my daughter's hair. I didn't even know I was going to make their hair because I'd planned that my friend was going to make their hair for them. I did not even know that I was going to end up making it. I'm glad I did. It was like rush, but I think it came out nice. What do you guys think? Did I try? It's been a long time I made hair, so I'm proud of myself. It's my beautiful girls. It's Monday morning. Happy for school? Excited for school?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a brand new week.
Yeah.
May Allah be with you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'm excited about this week. So excited about this week.
Why?
It's excited. Okay, let's go. And for Monday morning, I planned to make potato and egg for my kids, but they said they didn't want to eat it. They wanted the shawarma wrap instead. So it was only me that ate my potato and egg. My kids are not really fans of potato and fried egg. I tried to make them eat it because I think it's good for them, but if they had a choice, they wouldn't eat it. So I ate it by myself. So I also have this in bulk. Like this morning right now, I'm eating it right now. This potato and egg. I also bulk cook these things sometimes. And for what I realized, the fridge here, once you bring it out of the fridge and you warm it, it's still as fresh as before. I don't know if it's just me, but it's still as fresh as before. And this is why I love bulk cooking. You don't have to cook every single day. Like this morning now, I just brought out the potato, the boiled potato that I already have in the fridge, and fried egg, and voila, I'm eating it right now. And that's my bulk cooking for the weekend. That's how we spent our weekend 2 weeks ago, or last week, or 2 weeks, I can't even remember now. I think upper weekend, yeah, not this past weekend, upper weekend. Anyways, let me tell you what inspired this video. It's because I've not done bulk cooking in a while, like all of January. I did not do any major cooking. It was more of ordering food. Like I literally ordered food almost all through January. I mean, I did some cooking here and there, but it was not like I like to cook regularly. But January was like a break for me. Let me tell you why. You know, almost all through last year, my mom and Abdul's mom were around. The two grandmas were around. And as a result, I was cooking back to back to back to back. At a point, I got overwhelmed. It was frustrating at a point. I'm not even going to lie about it. Maybe one day I'll do a video about, hosting, mama, our grandmas, our mothers, and our kids' grandma. Particularly having two at a time. Guys, it was work. I did not envisage that amount of work. Like cooking became a chore for me. It was tough. So when they left last year, generally I'm taking a break. Like a break from cooking. Like I have done to I cannot even remember us making any order last year. Usually we order food, maybe pizza, even sometimes we order soup sometimes from caterers here. Because we had our mom that like, let's not order. But he told on me. I felt it. So January, I took a break from cooking. Like I was ordering back to back to back. But February, I'm like, if I keep ordering like this, money will finish you. That's why I now resumed my back to bulk cooking. I like that I enjoyed the break. I enjoyed the break. I'm glad that I took the break rather. I'm grateful for God for the opportunity and the resources to be able to order food and not cook. But after I was done with my order for January, I'm like, okay, let me go back to my own food, because the truth is, this food I ordered was not really satisfactory for me as such. But I'm glad I took the break and I came back to my bulk cooking. And comparing both, homemade food still tick the box for me. You're eating healthy, you know what you're putting in your mouth, what you're feeding your children with. It's healthy, it's awesome, and all of that. So that's why I thought to do this video, to do like a comparison between ordering food and homemade food. There are times you order food maybe once in a while for an occasion or for a special date night, or family get together. That would happen, right? But not like every time, So that's why I thought to do this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Bulk cooking saves me a lot of time in the long run, because I don't have to bother myself about cooking the next 2, 3, 4 weeks or thereabouts, right? Because I have it in bulk in my fridge and in my freezer. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel if you are yet to do that. Like, comment, share. I really appreciate that. Please support my ministry. Thank you. Bye.